Maureen O'Sullivan, Thomas Spring.
Thank you very much. I think what's at the heart of tonight's private members is creating a more level playing field for parents when it comes to childcare. And I want to acknowledge the work of Deputy Troy and the way in which the private members sets out the various services that are provided through the community, the private and the public sector, the numbers of staff employed, and the numbers of children availing of childcare of one form or another. And I want to acknowledge the really fine work that has been done by the community childcare facilities and after schools clubs in the constituency in Dublin Central. Now I'd like to read into the record of the Dáil a letter I received from a constituent that I feel is relevant to tonight's debate. And she outlines the stress that she and her family are under. And she says, and the stress is coming from the cost of childcare. And she says that we currently pay 44% of our net income on creche because we have 3 children attending. Now, both parents are working, they have full-time jobs, one in the public sector, one in the private sector, but the prices are going up. She says that they have been sensible, they save their money, they have a mortgage which they pay, they have a quiet life because all of their money is gone on the creche, so they have no disposable income. Now, your response is to acknowledge you did the relatively high costs and that you're aware of these difficulties. Now, what she was calling for is the creche fees to be taken from their gross pay rather than their net pay. And you said that this was considered prior to when you were looking at the targeted childcare supports. But you made the point that the issues don't favour childcare tax relief because it wouldn't support parents working in the home and it could be seen as discriminatory, and that the reliefs would favour the better paid. Now, the stay-at-home parent is not paid, but the stay-at-home parent doesn't have creche fees. And I think the term better paid is relative because it is precluding people who are in genuine need of help with childcare in order to stay in full-time employment. And of course, if they stay in employment, that means they're paying their taxes to the state and they're able to pay their property taxes, etc. Coming out of employment means they're now a burden on the state. So I would think that some tax credit is a better and a more economic alternative than adding to the numbers of unemployed. Tax credits means more spending power for the family. Now, you outlined the various programmes, and just looking at that in terms of that woman, the CCS programme, she's not on social welfare. The CETS programme, it's for trainees and students. And the ECCE, she does have a child there, but she has to pay for the first half hour when she's dropping the child and for the hour and a half afterwards. Now, I was listening to your speech, and you were saying before that you are reviewing all childcare supports and that your aim is affordable quality preschool care, which I think is everybody's concern, but I hope that it recognises those parents who are and that middle group who want to work and are working and don't want to have to give up their employment.